Here we go again. So if you tuned in last time, you kind of know what this show is all about, don't you? That's right. I am a gigatarian, and the more you watch my show, the more you will understand what a gigatarian is all about, right? And I just gotta mention, I'm not a real chef, I just play it on TV or the internet. I never went to school to be a chef, but I feel like, I don't know, I can use the word chef in my name. I'm kind of like a chef, but I'm not a professional chef. But I can cook pretty good. It depends on what I want to cook. I'm terrible at desserts. I don't cook desserts. Geeks does not cook desserts. All right, but I'm going to make up a dessert today. A typical Geeks dessert, and hopefully I'll have time. I think I'll have time. Anyways, so low saturated fat, low sugars. Remember, fat doesn't make you fat. Sugar makes you fat. That's right. If you understand how the body works, if you eat too much sugar, if you don't use the sugar up, it stores as fat, right? And your fat doesn't go into your bloodstream because you have a lot of sugar there. So the fat stays. You don't use all your sugar. The sugar ends up as fat. That's pretty much how it works. Layman's terms. So keep the sugars down, starches, proteins up, vegetables, and all that good stuff. Okay, but here, like what I got here, we're gonna do eggs today. Eggs is like the multivitamin of nature. It's got everything in it. You gotta think about it, right? Something lives in here, and then they hatch it. So it's kind of eating itself on its way out right out of the egg, right? It's got everything, all the nutrients in there. It's got proteins and B12s and antioxidants and I think I read one time they get like a lot, high levels of choline, right? That's like a brain nutrient, right? And so if you know anyone that's deficient in brain function, tell them to eat some eggs. They won't even know what you're talking about. But just say, go eat some eggs, will you? You beep. You beep. Brain nutrients, eggs. That's right. Deficiency. We know a lot of people like that. Well, I do. I don't know about you. All right. So, spinach, purple cabbage, a mixture of broccoli, cabbage, carrots, onions, bell peppers, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to stir fry it up. We're going to add some eggs. And I know this is what a gigatarian's all about. You eat everything, but in different levels of, what you want to eat it at. If you do too much of this, you're going to get less of that. If you do too much of that, you get less of this. And that's how it works, when you eat things, too much is too much. And then you get sick, then you die. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You die earlier, actually. Hopefully not too early. Anyway, I got tofu, right? I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to also put this in the kagash. So we got protein. We got, about 130 calories per serving. There's 5 servings in this. So we're going to cut out 1 serving of this because we're going to mix it with the eggs. That's about 14 grams of protein. Eggs, right? Eggs. Look at the eggs. Beautiful, beautiful. In here is 6 grams of protein, right? But the whole egg itself is 70 calories. This is a large egg. 70 calories, but if you take the yolk out, then it's only about 15 calories. All right. So what the Geeks does is I'm going to do 12 eggs. Okay. I'm going to do the cabbage and then the spinach and everything together. Add the 12 eggs, but I'm going to go like an 8-4 ratio. 8 egg whites, 4 whole eggs. Okay. Because if you put all the eggs in, that's 12 times 70, right? So 12 times 10, right, is 1,000 calories, right? And So it brings the calorie down, it increases the protein. You're still going to get the benefits of what the yolk, because the yolks are really good for you. Even though there's no study, the studies have shown that if you eat eggs, the cholesterol does not make your cholesterol higher, even if you eat the whole egg. The problem is that when people eat eggs, they fry them up, they eat it with toast and butter and syrup and, all that kagash, all the shit food. That's where, then your cholesterol goes up because your body says, I'm getting so much cholesterol in here, right? The liver makes cholesterol. If you don't eat enough of it, then it makes more, right? And it depends on, how your metabolism is. But anyways, so you can eat eggs regularly, whole eggs, but you gotta remember, calorie-wise, right? 1 egg, 70, 3 eggs, right? 210, 4 eggs, so on and so forth. All right, but if you just take your whites out, it's just 15 calories. And you get the protein. And that's what we're going to focus on. All right, so now, let's get going over here. Get this baby nice and fired up. All right, everything's going right into this pan, all right? I was going to use my bigger pan, but you can't really see into it. So I chose this, and I think I should have plenty, of room. I don't know, there's a lot of food over there, all right? But we are going to try it, and what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll just have to take. I see me turn the wrong burner on. I'll just have to take some stuff out of the pan. All right, but again, when I'm cooking, right, I try to think about what's going to be the benefits of me eating this meal. Okay, and I think everyone should think like that. Well, again, you can have that day where you go out and you can eat this and you eat that, but then again, 90 to 80% of the time, you should be eating healthy food. Healthy food. Antioxidants. Thinking antioxidants, right? Like the purple cabbage, right? And see that? Look, the purple cabbage, purples, blues, and reds, right? Those are like an orange, like that, those are loaded with antioxidants. And antioxidants, right? I don't know if you know too much about it. On simpler terms, an antioxidant pretty much goes into the body, right? The atom, it's an atom in there, and it has electrons, and it goes after free radicals. Free radicals are unstable atoms, and they're in the body to destroy the body. So when you're what's called an oxidative state, right? You got all these free radicals looking to steal electrons from healthy molecules, right? So when the antioxidants come in through the wonderful food you're eating, it gives up. It gives up electrons to make it stable. Okay, so that's pretty much the basic, science behind it. So more antioxidants, you kind of stabilize your atoms from breaking down and attacking other atoms. That's kind of the gist of it. So, purple colors and blues and like blueberries and, those they're loaded with antioxidants. And plus, there's so many other foods that are antioxidants. But when you're a vegetarian and you and you eat everything, right, you're gonna get plenty of antioxidants. You're gonna get plenty, all right? So just eat a balance. All right, so I get some red onion in there, right? Some bell pepper. Here goes the loaded with antioxidants, purple cabbage, right? And here comes the broccoli. Little carrots, a little more purple cabbage. I bought the bag of it. I didn't cut all that up. On the bag, there's no additives. It's just vegetables in there. It just says what it is. There's no stuff in there to keep it from going bad or, increasing the taste. It's just vegetables in a bag. So when you get them, you gotta use them pretty quick. All right. Now, you notice that I put this in. I didn't put the spinach in yet because you don't want to make the spinach all crazy, right? Spinach cooks so quick. If I put it in there, right, this stuff would be all like stringy and gooey, and I don't like my spinach gooey. But I'll tell you, spinach. All right, hold on. I gotta get this baby going. Flip it over. I got some avocado oil here, right? Avocado oil. Right, it's just avocado, that's all it is. 120 calories, 1 tablespoon. And it's loaded with omegas, omega-3s, you know? And they're that's a great fat, omega-3s, and that's a poly and the monounsaturated fats, but it has very little saturated fat. All right. All right, again, this meal doesn't take long. I mean, this is like a great, I'm going to make like what do they call it, frittata, or, I call it a kagash, it's going to be like an egg kagash. But look how beautiful that looks already, right? Look at that. It's all about what it looks like too, right? It's bright, it's exciting, it just makes you want to eat it. Makes me want to eat it. I'm looking at this going, that's going to help you from not getting sick, all the bright colors. All right, so while that's cooking, all right, so here's what I got here. I got a little bit of mango left over because I made a mango sauce the other day. I don't know if you guys watched it. If you didn't, go tune in. All right, go tune in. I did some red snapper with mango last show. A little bit of peach, right? I cut up some peaches. I'm gonna puree this up, right? And I'm gonna throw a little bit of protein powder in it. It's plain protein powder. And I get the protein powder that has 3 ingredients. I think it's like coconut oil, whey, and some other thing. It's like no shit in it. There's nothing in it. And maybe if I'm not gonna tell what kind I use. Not yet. But I'm gonna blend that up. Kind of blend it up, right? Where did they do my special? All right. So you can see I'm stir frying this up pretty quickly. All right. I'm gonna get it to where I want it. I don't want to burn it, right? But I get this on high, so I'm going to start to turn it down just a little bit. Because when I put the eggs in, right? I want the vegetables al dente. I don't want them all soggy, but I don't want them too crunchy either. Okay, like the cabbage is I gotta cook that down a little bit, and also with the broccoli too. That's what's gonna take the longest, all right? But this doesn't take long at all. And again, spinach. All right, spinach. Spinach has got to be one of the. It's like a superfood. Okay, it really is like a superfood. Vitamin A. Like if you ate a whole bag of spinach, like 3 cups, right? Like in a big bag. Like you get a bag. And it's like usually 3 cups in there. It's like 60 calories. That's it. But that whole bag is like, 130% of your vitamin A, and it's like 80% of your vitamin C and iron, potassium. Like it's like almost 40% of your potassium in one day, right? You need like 4,000 milligrams, right? And you get 3 cups of this, right? It's loaded. It's just loaded with, fiber. You're getting like 20% of your fiber. You're supposed to get 25 to 30%. This calcium, iron, spinach is one of the best things you can eat. So you get the spinach, right? You get the spinach. You get the eggs. Oh! You having fun now. You get all these great things, and you can't go wrong. It's just style. So I'm gonna cut this up right over here in front of you guys. All right. I'm gonna take a big chunk out of this. Right? Can you see me over here? Back that up just a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm gonna just take a nice chunk off here about this. All right. I'm gonna squeeze out the water because I only got a little piece. I'm gonna squeeze out the water. All right, and I'm gonna put it right here on the side over here. All right. Now I get the tofu in there cooking, right? So what I'm gonna do? Where's my bowl? Where's my bowl? La 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 la. I'm gonna take this out so it doesn't overcook. I was going to use 2 separate pans, but no need for it, okay? So I'm going to cook this tofu down now. Now I don't want to put too much in there because remember, I'm going to add the eggs too, all right? I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil. All right. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder on top of the, right on top. I'm gonna give it a little bit of flavor, a little black pepper, and a little bit of Mrs. Dash. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. All right, so now, I don't want to hear people, all right, I don't want any comments on tofu's no good for you. It's a bunch of BS. Tofu's fine for you. Yeah, again, if you're going to eat tofu every day, it's like anything else. You got to get different nutritional values in there. I get the organic kind, and it's tofu, all right? And the reason why I like to add it gives a little more protein. It brings things together really nicely. I like the texture of it. And remember, anything that you add to the tofu, that's what it's going to taste like. So if you don't really add a lot of stuff to it, and you cook it up bland, it's going to taste like pretty much like rat's ass. I don't know what to tell you. All right. And it's not too. That doesn't taste too good. But again, that's why we have. I get the red onion. I get the bell peppers, and I get the. I'm gonna add the egg. I'm gonna put some feta cheese in. Right, feta cheese. Like 2 tablespoons of feta cheese is like 75 calories, but I get the low fat, and it just brings out a nice little taste to it. You don't go in there and throw like, chunks of Velveeta cheese in there. Some people would. You don't want to be eating that shit. That's terrible, right? All right, good. As long as we're on the same page, right? All right, this is browning up nice over here. This is coming out really good. I mean, there's a few pieces of vegetables in there. That's fine. All right, I'm going to put this back in here now. Bang. Stir. I'm getting that consistency that I want, right? I want that nice consistency where it's not overcooked, it's not undercooked. I'm gonna just let it sit here like that. I'm gonna flatten it out, right? I'm flattening it out so I can get a nice, even, almost like a pancake, right? Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna go. All right, so what I like to do is I always try to do the egg whites first, right? Because if I get all the egg whites first, then I can just go. I can dump the last 4 eggs in, right? Like that one. See how that one? All right, so that's one whole one. You know, not that it makes a difference, but I'm just crazy like that. There's 2 whole ones, right? So I got 2 more to go. That's all right. So there you go. We're halfway there. You like my egg technique, huh? Usually I use my hands. Honestly, I just kind of go like that and, you know, get it out. Almost done. We got 2 whole eggs in there. I'm going to go 4. It's going to make a lot of food, so you know this could feed 4 people easily. Okay. Okay, so I get the last egg white right there, right? Come on, yeah. Good. All right. So the last 2. Bang. Bang. Good. Perfect. Let me just clean this up just a little bit here. All right, good. So now, I'm going to turn this down. And what I like to do, right, is I try not to break the yolks right away, all right? I kind of I like to let them sit up on top, all right? Now remember, the eggs are bringing everything together, right? So you gotta get it off the bottom first. Make sure it's not sticking. That's the key, and kind of keep making it. You want to make it like into a nice circle, right? And the reason I was going to show you why we're going to do that. Okay, so check it out now, right? All right, look at it. See that? Got a nice. All right. Making a mess here today. All right, look at all this. Yeah, I got going on over here. But you gotta get it nice and firm so when you flip it, right? And the thing is, that's why I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you how I'm going to flip it. Okay. I need something like this, all right, or if you had a bigger pan, right? It's the only way to do it. Keep it intact. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much cooked on one side, right? Okay, ready? Here we go. I gotta get this out of the way. Oh! Oh, geeks missed! Fuck! That's all right though. So that being said, all right, but we're gonna recover. Watch this. We're gonna recover. So, see that? Geeks live. This is what happens in the kitchen. All right, so we're gonna put that right back in there like that. All right, so I did flip it over. All right, I did flip it over. Now watch how I recover. Oh boy. Well, see that? Bang. It's all right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's how a true professional does it. You gotta recover. Shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna happen in the kitchen. But look at it. Perfect. It's gonna be beautiful, I'm telling you. You guys, just a little, there we go. I'm making a little mess here today, but that's good. A little bit of mess never killed anyone. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. All right. Look at that. Still cooking right there, right? While I clean the floor up a little bit. Ta-da! No takes in this. This is real life stuff here. But you notice I didn't panic, right? But look at that. It's coming out exactly the way it should be. I'm telling you. It's just the way it is. Oh yeah. Yep. This is perfect. I know you don't think it is, but look at it. Look, check this out, right? Even with the mishap. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that thing. It's gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous, right? Okay, so now I'm going to add the spinach right on top. All right? Just like this. I'm going to add some feta cheese, right? Get the feta cheese here. Remember, I mean, you don't want to go crazy with this, right? You don't want to go crazy with the feta cheese, all right? But I'm going to give it some flavor too, all right? Probably I'd say about 3 tablespoons there, all right, on the whole thing, right? That's the whole thing. So it's not like you're gonna eat the whole thing by yourself, right? Okay, good. Get the cover. I got it down around like a low, like around 3, right? Keep that going. I'm just gonna let it sit there. Why? I do this. Yeah. Right here, right? Here we go. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so now we're gonna make our little dessert, right? Fruit. Scoop of protein powder, right? I'm gonna add a little bit of water, okay? That's good, just for now, because you got there's a lot of water in the fruit, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just switch it like this, because that's better. Here we go. Here, see, I needed the electrical outlet. Okay, needed the electrical outlet. mango, peach, protein powder. I'm always trying to always get a little more protein in the carbs. Always, no matter what I eat. All right, and it's just the fact that, you know, I always want my body to constantly be, you know, maintaining my fat, right, or a little bit of fat loss for energy. Okay, and that helps your liver. That helps your heart. You know, it doesn't spike your insulin, okay? So, in a lot of processed foods, that's what it does. A lot of processed foods and ultra-processed foods, I mean, it's way out of whack. Like what we made there is loaded with potassium, very little sodium, all right? But, you know, you can add a little bit of sea salt or whatever, and you can bring it to the flavor that you want. But, you know, even a little bit of, like, you know, all natural butter, no sodium butter. I mean, a little bit of, if you like that taste. I don't like that taste, so I mean, the taste is okay. But I'm used to just eating my food and tasting everything in the dish, right? Really crazy, you know, you can throw it inside the freezer, freeze it up. Check that out, look at that. Who would ever think that Giggs is a pureer? Puree. Hey, you know something, for all the moms out there, this is all you have to do to make baby food. You don't have to buy any. Just get a puree, a thing like this, right? Get some vegetables and fruit, and there you go. Oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. Beautiful. Look at that, huh? Check that out. See the texture of it? Look at the texture. It's almost like a little watery, right? That's all right though, because I'm going to put that right. I'm going to put that right in the refrigerator, in the freezer. I mean. Okay, now we're going to check out the food over here. Oh, look at it. Okay. So now, that's how I like my spinach. Just wilted, right? It's perfect. It's not all stringy and gross and watery, and look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to scoop it out. I'm going to get it on a big plate. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Where's my big spatula? I need my big giant spatula. Wide. I need the wide end. All right? Yes, sir. Here we go. That's done. Look at that. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? It's gorgeous. Now, what do you think of this? Huh? I'm going to cut off a piece, right? I'm going to cut off a piece. Get another plate. I mean, this is like a whole meal here. You know, this is it. This is like an egg kagash. It's got everything. It's got more vitamins and minerals in this than there is in this, than it is in this planet. It seems like, right? But this is so healthy for you. All right, let me get my knife. Thank God I get this wide spatula. It's for wide things. All right, so I'm just gonna cut off. I'm gonna make it like a pizza pie, right? Oh, I don't even need that wide spatula, right? Look at it, bang. Cut off a little more piece there. Put that to the side a little bit. Oh, all right. Now, all right. So I didn't put a lot of salt, pepper in there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt on the top, like that. Bang. A little black pepper. Bang. Check this out. All right. Look how beautiful this is. You guys thought, he's done. Geeks is all done. He flipped it over, lost it on the stove. I never give up. My whole life I've never given up. Well, at one point I did. I was almost throwing the towel in, you know? And there was something that came about me, right? And I knew that point in my life, I had to go left or I had to go right. I had a choice. Die or live. I did. I know. And I chose to live. And, you know, I'm going to be 61 in 7 days. And it's just amazing, like, I'm doing this right now in front of you guys. If I would have went left, you would have never had Cooking with Chef Geeks. What would your life be without me? Anyways, look. All right. So enough of that. I'm going to get into that on July 17th, though. I'm going to be 24 years sober, and I know people say, whatever, yeah. Not everyone can do it, but the Geeks did it. All right. Let me just get a fork here and shove some food in my mouth and stop talking. Geeks did it today. Check it out. All right, so we got spinach, purple cabbage, eggs. We got a little bit of tofu in there, right? I got a bunch of broccoli and carrot mixture things in there. Mixture things. I love it. But here we go. You know, I can taste the bell peppers. I can taste the spinach. I can taste the purple cabbage. I can taste my food. It's not covered with sauce. Okay, that's what I like. I love that. You know, when you can just, every flavor pops in your mouth, right? That's beautiful. That's so good. And again, you can put some cayenne pepper in there. You know, throw some chili sauce in there. Make it spicy. Put some. I could have put some of that fruit, a little bit of fruit in there, right? Give it a little nice sweet taste. You can do whatever you want. So, right, you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to cook. Just make sure you're putting healthy, nutritional foods in your body and eating really good most of the time, okay? And that's it. That's all I get to say. Cooking with Chef Geeks. What's better than that? Like that. Like that. My snapshots, look. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for showing up.